This AI workflow made me $1,000. But money isn't the interesting part. Many people don't know this. But before reaching to the client who bought it, it was once rejected. And I genuinely thought all the time that I have spent working on it, all have gone to waste. But no, I have done a thing, I have decided to do a thing that completely changed all the things. Now, after a week later, I've got a call from a person from Ireland, and he was the one who invested in my workflow. I'll tell you more about this in this video. So this story actually starts last year. At that time, I was experimenting with AI automation stuffs, and I was building some of my personal projects. And at the exact same time, I was approached by a person who was having a requirement of building a automation workflow. And the demand was simple. He just wanted to publish daily blogs onto his websites on a regular basis. Like if he is waking up in the morning, then he wants a blog published to his website, hosted on his personal domain at 9 o'clock or something, some of his time. It was simple. I jumped on it and started to build it. And if you are writing blogs or if you are related to this field, then you know that for publishing a blog, it's necessary to research about topic. You should get a perfect description about it, the images, the alt text, and all about SEO. You need to optimize that SEO. These work should be done. So I have built it completely, and all the workflow gets completed. And I also thought that this is something useful that I have built, but the things doesn't go my way. The person who approached me decided not to move forward with me, but it didn't stop here. Now, at this point, I had two choices. The first one is that I should keep my workflow aside, it should sit on my laptop quietly. And the other choice, that I should pick my workflow and spread it everywhere. And by spreading it everywhere, I mean that I should post it on LinkedIn, post it on X, post it on Reddit, everywhere. I should pick up different businesses. I should make a DM to different business owners. This was the mindset that I have changed after that rejection. But doing this was a good enough of time required, but then I wasn't expecting any interaction with them. I just want to show them what I have built, what is the real use case of making this workflow. And I want to tell you this, many developers overlook this, that they want to build the projects, they want to build the workflows, but what they miss is that they don't show it to everybody. They don't post it anywhere, they don't ask for the feedbacks, they don't do DMs to different business owners. And this is the thing that is missing after building a project. After a lot of outreach, one day I got a message from a person who was based in Ireland. He was a business owner, and yeah, we scheduled the call. And honestly, I was a bit nervous and excited as well. So, up until that point, I have worked on my workflow all the time. But now I have to explain why this workflow is very useful to him. So, we during the call, I didn't start with AI stuffs or N10 or any automation thing. I just want to know what was their current strategy for that content creation. What are they using now? What strategy they are using to publish those blogs? I was interested in their workflows, and more I asked the questions, more I realized one thing, that my workflow is currently aligning well with them. So I jumped on my workflow and started to explaining him. I walked through my workflow and explained everything, how this node is connected to this and what is the use case of this problem. Everything. Everything that could be required to get into this. And by the end of this conversation, they were interested in it because it was all AI. They were interested because it was solving their real problem that they were facing right now. So, what exactly was the workflow? At high level, it was very simple. It was a very basic workflow, but the idea was, it all started from a front end dashboard where user can input fields like topic, description, keywords, hashtag, image links, alt tags, etc. And these field processes this and it transfers all to the database or Google Sheets, anything the user is comfortable with. Now, all these fields that are given by the user, which are topics and all descriptions, these are gone towards intent AI agent and towards the classification thing. And then by the help of these field processing, we can publish a blog. We have topic, we have a description, we have a complete hashtag scenario, we have keywords, at everything we need to publish a blog. Now a complete full workflow is there. It processes through N8N and we get a final published blog at the end of this workflow. And you know what? If you want to know the technical side of this, you can visit my LinkedIn. I have actually posted there. Yeah. And you can also find the LinkedIn link in my description also, and you can visit it there and find what is helpful. Looking back to it, I think this wasn't a real automation. Anyone can build this, any person can work on this and even build a better version of it. But it wasn't the main goal. The main goal was to how can we deliver a business with a proper problem solution? How can we understand that problem and return a best solution out of it? So after building a project, you need to remember the things that can solve a problem of a business owner. Now looking back to it, I'm actually glad that the first person actually rejected it. But if it hadn't happened, then I would probably never got a call from Ireland. I would have never been posted it on any of the platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, or Reddit, anywhere. And it would be sitting on my laptop forever. From this experience, the most important learning that I got was that the building of project is the halfway journey, but the other half is that spreading it everywhere, to showing it everywhere. You need to show what you have built. You need to show how you can solve the problems of different persons or different business owners, because sometimes the difference between the ignorance of project and selection of that project isn't about the quality of that project. It is about the finding of the right person for that project. So if you have been building some of the projects that have been solving a real life problem, then you should spread that project everywhere. You should post them everywhere, because you don't know, anyone can find it anywhere. Maybe you can get a call from anywhere in Europe next day. And also, if you want to know more about my workflow, how I have built that, then you can check on my LinkedIn. Also, you can check my description. I will put the link out there. And consider subscribing if you like this video. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.